Hey, it's Filet, and you're watching Filet TV, the ultimate YouTube channel. I'm the cinematographer, just a dude with a camera and a guy with a new Westy. Okay, we are working on the Westy today, kind of going through the little refrigerator cabinet here. As you can see, this was the old cabinet, the old countertop, the old sink. We're gonna go from that to this. So if this is something you're interested in, let's get started. Okay, so I'm getting ready to replace this white sink top here on my 69 Westy. So there's a little bracket here I unbolted, and I pulled this aside, and inside this hole I find some little surprise. This is our water tank. And there's our spigot. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this loose. And this water tank, which is even hooked up, will come right out. So the next thing, I'm going to remove all these screws, take this top off, pull this piece off. This is only held in by a single screw. And we'll go ahead and test to see if that works. And then this cover is only held on by a couple of these screws. So I'm going to set the camera down, and I'm going to go ahead and unscrew this and take that lid off. Pull these hinges off, and we'll take a look. All the screws are out, so let's see, this lid will come right off. It's going to need a little bit of gluing. There is our sink. Oh, there we go. As you can see, it is a little bit brittle. So I want to get in here and get all this, of course, scrubbed out and cleaned, and I'll give it a little bit of a oil treatment to it. And now it's time to fit the new one. Oh, how easy is that going to be to mark the holes that need to be drilled. That's kind of cool. And there'll be a line for the drain. We'll come right there. Very nice. The water tank is in excellent shape. So I'm going to give it a really good rinse, scrub the outside of it with a sponge, and now I'm going to let some water run through it since I have to water this part anyways. Okay, I'm going to get this hooked up. It's not like you're going to put any drinking water in here, but if you wanted to have a tank to have your dishes washed, I'm just going to put the petcock underneath, and it'll be ready to roll. I didn't have the correct bit to drill these holes. As you can see, I improvised a bit, but I got it to work. This one will go in there. That's faucet. We'll go in there. A little SOS pad on the bright work. It's nice and shiny. Set all the way down. Now I'm going to test this tank that's cleaned up. I had this piece of hose laying around, so I replaced that. I'm going to plug it off and fill it up and see if it holds water before I mount it back into place. And then we are going to put the lid on. As soon as it's finished drying, I give it a little bit of glue in there to dry it. See if we can get that thing to stay closed. Because it was warping off because the glue had gone away. So we have fresh glue in there, a couple of clamps. We'll let it sit there overnight and make sure it's nice and strong. And as you can see, people, we have a drip. So I'm going to pop this thing up. I'm going to seal that little nipple right there and reapply a hose. I got the leaky hose fixed on the tank. So the tank looks like it has to be slipped in there first before I put it into place. So we're going to spin this thing around and pop it into place and guide it in slowly. Everything now is hooked up. I may put a couple of screws in here like they had, but I might not need to. Hopefully there's no warping. And let's give this a little test. Look at that. We have water. A little bit of leakage. I think I'll take it apart with an O-ring in there. There's the old sink. And then there's the old chips. And I think it looks great. And now that the lid is dry, I'm going to go ahead and screw that into place. You can see that Westphalia, they really like these long screws. I put a couple tape marks down so I knew where the hinges were going to go, and I got real lucky and was able to pop through with my drill bit and found the exact hole it was in. So I can just go ahead and screw these in here, and I know that it is going to be correct. And now I can go ahead and pull these tape marks off. And there you have it. The final touch, and I guess I forgot to put it in, was the chain to hold the rubber stopper into place. The old one was mounted about here, and I forgot to put that in there, so I'll have to move the cabinet. But then I go and notice that this is not even the correct stopper. So first things first, I'm going to find the correct stopper for that before I go ahead and mount anything into place. Let's take one last look at this after sitting for a while. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pumps, and we've got water. How about that? All right, that's it. Replacing the water tank, or cleaning the water tank of a WESTY Campmobile. If you guys liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be up to date on all of these projects I got going on. And don't forget, you can find me at Instagram at philatv channel. That's it. Thanks for watching. philatv. Ciao.